In this video, we're going to be taking a look at a project where we're going to be using tools here in CorelDRAW as well as tools here in EasyStone to recreate an existing design. Now, this is the artwork that we're going to be working with, and we're not going to do the entire stone design. Um, so this could be part one where we're going to kind of create the foundation for creating our rhinestone design. And then in part two, we'll actually finish it off and actually create the entire rhinestone design. But what I want to focus here is on the basics of getting the foundation set up. So the first thing we need to do when you're working with any type of source artwork, now our reference image in this case happens to be an existing rhinestone design, but the process is the same no matter what type of artwork we're starting with. So the first thing we want to do is set our finish size. So we're going to come over here to the Specialty tab and hit Set Size. I'm going to click on the left side of my ear and the right side of the bandana, and I'm going to tell it, hey, I need this design to be 8.5 inches. So now my design, my source graphic, is the finished size of my design. I'm going to lock it so I can't move it. So what we have here, well, really what we have here are just a series of circles and very basic shapes. So I'll start by drawing out a circle and then I'll fine tune it. So I'll use these transformation handles to kind of get it exactly the way I want it. Close enough. Now for the ear, I know there's a special tool in CorelDRAW that's going to make that process of creating this ear a lot easier. This ear is not a perfect circle, so I'm going to use the 3-point ellipse tool. Watch what happens. I'm going to draw at an angle and then pull like so. And again, once I have this initial shape, I can sit and fine tune it and make it exactly how I want it. So I have an ear. I'm going to hold my shift key down and click on my head, and I'm just going to pull this over and right click and make a duplicate. I'm going to use the mirror option here in CorelDRAW, and then I'm going to hover over center and pick it up and move center to center and delete that second head shape. Okay, now again, we're only using the original artwork as a guide. So yes, this ear is off placement, but that's okay because like I said, it's only a guide. So now we're going to do our same thing, 3-point ellipse tool for our earring. So there's our earring. I might use my arrow keys to reposition a little bit, something like that. Now the next obvious piece is this circle here for our bandana. That is a perfect circle, so I'll hold down my control key and that will constrain to a perfect circle. And again, I can use my arrow keys to fine tune the exact placement once I have it roughly in shape. Now the next piece is this bottom part of the bandana, which we're going to do with our 3-point curve tool, like so. And then we have these two pieces of our bandana. So we're going to do the same thing, 3-point curve tool, 3-point curve tool. Yes, I've used this tool a lot. So for me, it goes fairly quickly. And the more you use it, the more comfortable you will get with it, the quicker you'll be able to create your artwork as well. Okay, so we'll go ahead and go from here to here. And there it is. So that is the basis of our artwork. Now let's go ahead and pull this away. Make a duplicate by right-clicking. Now I do want to touch this up a little bit. This is a little bit harsh right here. So we'll go ahead and we'll finesse this a little bit. You know, our bandana doesn't have to be exactly like the original anyhow, because again, we're only using that as a rough idea. Okay, so there we go. I think that looks a little bit better. I'm going to unlock my bitmap, pull over a copy, because now what we want to do is we want to finesse our lines a little bit and get ready for the next phase. Again, we're really focusing on setting up the artwork, um, and then, like I said, in part two, we'll stone out the entire design. So let's take a look at what we need to do. Well, the first thing that we need to do is, you can see the bottom part of our head is an outline, our ears are an outline, but that bandana is full. So what we need to do is, where this ear is overlapping our head shape, let's go ahead and trim that away. So we take our ear, hold the shift key, grab our head shape. We have a really nice tool here in Easy Stone on the editing tab, which is our intersections. So where these two pieces intersected, we can then delete. Same thing here. Ear, head, intersect, delete. Pretty handy to have that function. So now you can see we have that area where our headband, our bandana is going to go. Now, where the head is going to intersect our bandana, we need this line to stop right there at that point. So again, we would select our head, our bandana piece, intersect, and you can see we could delete that section. Now the next section we can't delete, so we'll do same thing. We'll select the two pieces, intersect, and now we can delete. Same thing here. Now you see where our earpiece is coming into our bandana. Select the two pieces, intersect, and we could delete that piece. So you can see that intersect tool is a very nice tool to have, because it makes the process quite easy. Now, there is still more work to be done, because you can see where our head intersects our bandana. If we look at this path that we have right now, it does not stop there at the bandana. It keeps going all the way up to this point here. So we need it to stop at that intersection. So we'll hit intersections. And now you can see, if we give this a different color, it does in fact stop. So this is going to be an outline. This is going to be, and all I'm doing is right clicking on that color. Now, let me just show you this, just to kind of give you an idea here. And we're going to add stones to our ear and to our earring. Do you see what happens here at the intersections? Right here is a cluster. Right here is a cluster. Obviously, that's not going to work. Okay? So what we can do is we can use intersection there too. So we're going to say take this piece, shift key, and our earring, and intersect it as well. And then when we do that, then we can come back in and we could add stones, add stones, add stones, and add stones, and add stones. And now you can see we have a perfect intersection right there. So we're going to get the exact result that we want. Okay, so I'm just going to back up a little bit. Let's see here, let's go ahead and re-intersect those two. And now you can see we'll get that exact result that we want. We want that perfect intersection there. All right. Now there is still a bit more work to do here, because we need to create the filled in shape where we're actually going to go back in and fill in with rhinestones. So to do that, we're going to grab our Smart Fill tool, and wherever we want to fill with rhinestones, we need a solid block. So we just click, 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 click. Now we have our solid pieces. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and select the part that we want to keep. So we want to keep our green pieces. So I select one, hold the shift key, and select the others. We want our green outlines, and we want our earring and these two pieces of our green outline. So if I pull that away, you can see what's left. Those original outlines of our bandana is the only thing that's still remaining. So I'm just going to right click to make a duplicate, And now we have created our artwork. Our green pieces here, I'm going to get rid of the outline property, and I'm going to give this a different color green just so you can see the individual pieces a bit more clearly now. So that is the basis of our design. And then what we can do is then we could show you how you would go about going in there and actually filling these pieces, these filled in areas with rhinestones, and that will pick up in part 2. But now all of our artwork is done for the most part. Now it's just a matter of going in and stoning out the design. Thanks for watching.